This is Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Ricky Batalico, I'm Michael Barkan. 4-0 Phillies lose to the Chicago Cubs. Phillies have lost 5 straight. This team, I'm not overstating it, is in a spiral. They can't hit, they can't pitch, they can't find their footing in any way. I don't want to hear about the weather either today. They were 7-2, Ricky Bo, after the Dodgers series. 7-2. Since they're 6-11 in their last 17 games. And moreover, their big guns can't fire. They're not doing anything. They can't score runs. Their third shutout of the season. And we're only 20-some-odd games into this season, and they have been held runless, scoreless 3 times already. Ricky, both thoughts?
When you're 1 through 4 hitters, go 1 for 15, you're not going anywhere. This team is playing like dirt right now. They really are. We sat here and waited 2 hours and 10 minutes to watch that. And this was a team that I don't know what their issue is right now. We know, obviously, they're not swinging the bats well. They're not hitting the baseballs well. They had a bunch of hits with 2 outs, but no balls out of the ballpark. Everything stayed in the park again. I mean, this is a team that lives and dies by a long ball? Question mark?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure anymore. I'm a little frustrated.
Yeah.
And when you look at the top of the lineup, because these are the guys, like you said, they're supposed to do the damage. Bryce Harper 0 for 4, Trey Turner 1 for 4, and Schwarber 0 for 3. Those are guys that are supposed to be the run production guys. These guys are doing nothing. And they're very anemic at bats. They're bad at bats, getting into a lot of bad counts, swinging at a lot of bad pitches. I don't see anything really positive offensively going on for this team at all. There's nothing going on that you would say, ooh, I can't wait to see that tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is a team that is struggling, and it seems like they're playing in quicksand right now. It doesn't look like they're ready to play every day. They're not playing fundamental baseball. Then let's get to the pitcher. Should we get to the pitcher?
Well, hang on one second. Let's go first show the anemic offense.
Yep.
Another anemic display today for the Phillies. And Trey Turner coming up to bat. This is right down the middle.
Yeah, it is a first inning.
Just let that go.
How about a pitch right down the middle? Yeah, no, I'm good. I mean, I don't understand. Why do I have this weird feeling that a lot of them are up there guessing right now?
Alec Boehm, at 10-game hit streak, gone.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like they're guessing. I feel like they're guessing at a pitch. That pitch isn't even close, and Rojas is swinging at it. Rojas did not look good tonight. Schwarber did not look good today. A lot of swings and misses, a lot of swinging through pitches. And if you look at the swings right here, even the takes, these pitches are on the corner. You got to at least try to fight. I mean, they're not even trying to fight pitches off. There's Trey Turner going down again in the 5th inning. This was an offense that just did not seem to see the ball. I don't know if they're not seeing the ball. I don't know if they're guessing wrong, but it's one of the two. Because your whole offense doesn't go downhill like this. And, when you watch this, you don't get the feel that this team was actually playing good baseball 3 weeks ago. Because they actually were. They're not now.
More concerning today, Ricky Bo, as you look at the slumbering bats over the last 4 games. 2 runs per game. That's not going to win you a major league
Look at the
game.
strikeouts.
223. And the strikeouts. 40 strikeouts in the last 4 games. 16 walks. That's all. But today, 7 strikeouts combined for Turner, Harper, and Schwarber. They had more than half of the team's 12 strikeouts. And I can't see it getting any better. We like to talk, maybe kid ourselves, well, it turn around any day now. It's a long season, and it is a long season.
Yeah, but Bryce was upset about this.
He was.
After the last game, he was upset the way they were playing baseball. And right now, when you look at this team, they are not playing even par baseball. They are playing double bogey type baseball right now. It's not good. It's not a good product that they're throwing out on the field right now. And, I mean, you're pinch hitting guys like Cal Stevenson. No offense to Cal Stevenson, but he wasn't hitting down in
Should
AAA.
not be with the big
And now
club.
he's up in the big leagues, and you're pinch hitting him for Rojas. I'm just very lost watching this team right now offensively, because how many times the thing that's most confusing about this team, and it's happened last year and the year before, the exact same team. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe that's a big part of the problem, that your core has not changed in 3 years.
Has not been upgraded.
And that, to me, is a little bit of a problem, because it seems as though when one person goes in a slump, it's like they all jump in the hole behind them. They're all going in the rabbit hole together. You can't be like that. I'm pretty sure David Dombrowski thought, I'm buying 5 guys so I don't have this problem. or I'm putting $25 million up for these guys. So I don't have a problem with 5 guys going into a slump at the same time. But it seems to happen every single year.
Yeah.
This is worse than we've seen in years past.
And the big statistic that we count on, where you really need to produce RISP, runners in scoring position, you need to get guys across the plate. The Phillies are 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. First and second here with 2 out. That's it.
0-1 count. 0-1 count. Why do you swing at the pitch? You don't have to swing it if the ball's down and in. It would have been a ball. It would have been 1-1. There's a pitch off the end of the bat out to left field. Blah, 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 blah. And that was a first pitch swing with runners on. Kepler, who has actually been swinging the bat fairly well here as of late, hits a little pop-up to third base. Nothing was going well for this ball club. And quite frankly, that was a big situation there. That's Cal Stevenson. Nobody out. 0-2 count. He goes down.
Also, look at the frustration.
As a 3-1, yeah, you would be too, because look at the count. 3 balls, 1 strike, and you pop a ball up. You have to think about hitting a line drive.
2-1 count.
That's a pretty play. I mean, that's a pretty play by Dansby Swanson. And they end up getting a runner and a force out. But, I mean, nothing was going well for this team. I don't care about the wind. I don't care about the rain. And I don't care about how cold it is, because the Cubs squeaked together 4 runs. How about that? You talk about runners in score position. Phillies were 0 for 7. Go over and take a look at the other side.
Yeah.
3 for 22. The Phillies are lucky this game was not 18-0.
Yeah, Cubs left 12 men on base, and yet, as Tom McCarthy said during the game, we said during the 7th inning, it was only 3-0 at that time. Felt like 10-0, felt like 12-0
Well,
there was never a thought that the Phillies were going to come back.
And it's not just you, it's not just me. We heard it upstairs. We're watching the game. We're here. We heard it from just about everybody up there. Phillies go down 1-0, and they're like, "This is a high mountain to climb."
Yeah.
How in the world could a team with these names in your lineup? That it should never happen that anybody should ever say 1 run in and, we're in big trouble.
So take me through the first 9 games when they jumped out to a 7-2 record. They took care of Washington. They only lost 1 game to them. They took care of Colorado, swept them. 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers, pretty good.
That was interesting.
And Schwarber was hitting home runs, and Harper was hitting home runs, and Castellanos was knocking in RBIs.
You had guys that were hot, but how long did that last?
Not too long.
Not very long.
Mostly
not. And then you started running into what? The Atlanta Braves. You run into the Braves, who were terrible, at the time, and you go down to Atlanta and lose. I mean, that started it off. Let's face it. The Mets are a better team right now. I can't sit here and try to pull the wool over people's eyes. The Mets right now, in April, are a much better team than the Phillies.
Let me just correct you, my friend, because we keep saying the Mets in April, but if you go back to June of last year and the Mets
they played better baseball,
much better baseball, while the Phillies have played essentially 500 ball, maybe a game or 2 above or game or 2 below.
Right.
But that's over 162 plus games going back to June of last season when they split in London with the Mets.
It almost seems like the Mets are hungrier. They're hungrier than the Phillies right now. The Phillies do not look like a team that's going to make any kind of run right now. I mean, obviously, they have a pitching staff, at least a starting rotation, that could turn things around. And I'm hoping that happens, but you still need to hit the baseball. If you're not going to hit the baseball, you're going to put your starting rotation through hell.
Yeah. Speaking of starting rotation, Taijuan Walker is part of that starting rotation. 86 pitches?
86 pitches.
7 innings, 8 innings? No. 3 innings. 3 innings, 8.
Innings, 86. We're going to talk more about that.
Warm it up, baby. Warm it up.
Yeah.
We're going to hear from Rob Thompson from Wrigley Field as we continue.
Phillies Postgame Live is presented by Pure Auto Insurance. See how much you can save at Pure.com.